friends. So I was watching Netflix, and I saw a documentary, and I saw a quote, or rather, one of the characters said a comment that I thought it was very important to discuss today. And it said, in order for you to be comfortable, you have to be a little uncomfortable. When the person was talking about it, had to do with this dancing a contest that she was going through, and they were picking a group, and guess the documentary. They were picking a group, and they were dancing all the time, singing, and it was just really hard on their bodies, and at one point they were dancing in heels, and one of the girls obviously said that comment, and it spoke to me in very, very many different levels, specifically to do with weight loss and body recomposition, what is typically out there now. I have been more of a promoter of you can lose weight and recomp your body at the same time. However, upon reading some of the some articles out there and all the discussion about protein, I myself now I'm questioning my approach to how I am doing my weight loss. But before I go into a deep discussion, I do want to introduce myself. My name is Jessica, and I engage in conversations about weight loss, weight-related disease education, and how to achieve weight loss in an affordable way that honors our way of living. So one of the things that I was thinking about when I was watching this was the fact that for this very young group, or very young girls, they were obviously struggling in going through quite a bit, specifically to do with that training aspect of it, and everything had to be perfect, and they just were putting a lot of hours. And what the comment about the being uncomfortable aspect, what that spoke to me was more to do with the fact that when you are on a weight loss, you do have to get a little uncomfortable in terms of there is an amount of you looking at your day and not using, for example, that second helping, or the second dessert, or the restrictive aspect of it becomes uncomfortable. Now, even if we were to add movement and starting to work out, or starting a new routine, that's also very, very uncomfortable. Why? Because it has to be intentional, and it has to be something it feels like a sacrifice, I guess. But if you can believe it, when at the beginning, when I was doing that, while it was uncomfortable, what I was buying in turn was the comfortability of being able to sit and not be out of breath, being able to go up the stairs, down the stairs without it being such a chore. Because I do believe that having extra weight and moving it around, it's very taxing on you, not only on your body physically, also on your mental health. But I digress. What I am trying to address is that uncomfortable feeling of you restricting, or of you actually getting up every day, because it's an everyday thing, or a 3-time thing. I mean, Monday, Wednesday, Friday come, and you have to move, and you have to do things if weight loss is your goal. So how do we combat being uncomfortable, and at what point do we say, this is what the buy-in, how do we buy in uncomfortability? Well, I don't have a straight answer to that, only to say that for me, what I had to realize that it was the all or nothing mentality. I had to change my life, and my uncomfortability had to be in smaller sections. Hence why it took me 5 years to lose 100 pounds. I would say that a lot of people I do see a lot of people can lose it in 2-3 years, which is amazing. But for me, balancing the lifestyle versus the fact that I had to be in a caloric deficit was very difficult. I'll give you an example, like weekends, right? You go out with your friends, you dates or families, and you are eating restaurant food, or you're eating in somebody else's house, and you're not in control of how many calories are being in the drinks and the food and the appetizers and the dessert and all that comes along with it, right? So, and how do you balance that out? And I had to realize that me being a little uncomfortable during the week on my caloric deficit, and actually not choosing desserts like ice cream or be ice cream and donuts and chocolate and things like that, being a weekend only indulgence, made it so I could have it and continue to be in a caloric deficit. Now, I think it's also very important to note that while you do get that uncomfortable piece, I think that you have to look at it not from a place of lack, but a place of I am doing this, I'm choosing not to have dessert, but you can certainly do other things that can help you. For example, my dessert during the week is this no calorie jello, right? So there are things that you could do during the week, but it's not forever. And that uncomfortable feeling, and when I mean uncomfortable feeling, I mean the little hunger that you do feel. You cannot be overly hungry. Overly hungry, you do need to eat, even if it's, if you do have to be at maintenance that day. That's why there's a range. But being a little uncomfortable is warranted, and I think we should do it to the point where it's tolerable. And when it's tolerable, I think we can go through the process of continuing our weight loss. But always remember, there's really always another day, and it's not an all or nothing. And at the end, if you do learn how to incorporate being a little uncomfortable in your life, at the end you will be comfortable. You will be comfortable with a weight you can tolerate and live your life as qualitative as possible. I hope you enjoyed this commentary, and I wish you health and happiness.